Hey everyone, hi, it's Nigel here. I need to mute my computer again. Never a broadcast without a technical hitch. Hi, Nigel here. Heather's just putting the last of her face on, so she'll be joining us shortly. But yeah, this is the end of season, just sort of random chat fest. We're going to mix up a nice little refreshing cocktail in a little bit, but in general, it's going to be a nice laid-back day, I think. We've got Leanne here. Hello, Leanne. We've got Cheryl. Hello, Cheryl. We've got Shelley. Hi, Shelley. We've got Kelly. Hi, Kelly. We've got Liz. Hi, Liz.
I forgot my hair.
We've got Jamie. Hi, Jamie. That's all the ones we've got so far. So let's just go with welcome to CysterWigs After Dark. Thank you for joining us, and we've got a little something different than the usual sanitized QVC style smile and turn wig reviews. This is a sort of kick back and relax kind of atmosphere. Yeah, there'll be some cussing, you know, nothing planned, just sometimes it slips out. Gonna have a bit of alcohol, just generally chat, take it easy, go easy going, that sort of thing. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so that's what we got planned for today. Let's see who else. We've got some more comments. See who we got here. We got Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Leanne's back. Tina. Hi, Tina. Bettina. Hola. And Liz says, thank heaven for the unsanitized wig reviews, a.k.a. honest. Heather woohooed from the next room.
I was trying to feel my full purple Rod Stewart fantasy. And I wanted to get the styling in there. So that way, the thing is I got so wrapped up in my eye makeup because I was trying to play with this new Prince palette I got. I made a complete mess of it.
It's all right, my sweet.
I made such a mess. And I still want to put on this casual liner too. I'm going to go all out with this stuff, but I'm still working on it. So I'm going to let Nigel keep talking, but just so you know, I've been tearing it up with this thing. So I'll talk to you about it in just a moment. So
yeah,
back to you, my darling.
Oh, you're making me do this now. Right, are you muted? All right, okay. Well, tonight, in case you didn't notice it, Heather is wearing something purple on her head. There you go. It's Juniper by Wigs Forever in the color Moonlit Orchid. Yes, the color that Heather likes, a nice purple color to go with her pinky purple top and her summery, printy, rainbow tie-dye culottes. Tie-dye.
I'm going to take this off for a moment so I don't get this cat. I've never played with this casual liner before.
Okay.
So.
Well, you're going to have to unmute yours if you're going to talk.
It's not muted.
It isn't.
No, was yours muted?
No, mine wasn't.
Huh.
Okay. All righty. So there we go. What we got.
This thing is huge.
OMG, I love that, Heather.
Thank you.
That wig is gorgeous. Montjoy Farms has joined us. Hello.
Howdy.
Cheryl
it broke off immediately. Boo.
What did?
Not a great first impression so far.
Oh, the Prince thing?
Yeah, this casual liner.
Cheryl said, I tried Prince Purple Case a bit last night. It's so small.
It is. It actually, I mean,
couldn't make a comment. But
no. To me, it feels an awful lot like a color pop palette. Like the shape of the pans, the size of the pans, the number of pans, the quality of the makeup, because I had fallout like crazy, and you just saw this like broke off while I was trying to apply it. Like, maybe it's just because it's new with this liner, but I would not say this is a particularly smooth application. So,
oh dear.
Yeah, I'm pretty sad because I was very excited about this entire thing. I mean, and I still love the colors.
Yeah.
But that is not doing what I thought it would.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm going to keep playing with it, but so far it's kind of a mixed bag.
Fair enough. Liz says, that Moonlit Orchid is sheer genius. I have it in Grayson.
Oh, thank you. I love purple.
Jamie says, I got Juniper in Harlow Blonde, but now I want it in that color too.
It's a good purple.
Bettina says, tie-dye rocks. Cheryl agrees. And Cheryl says, me too, and it crumbles immediately. Talk about her Prince palette, her Prince makeup.
It's so sad. It's so sad.
To which Bettina says, that sucks.
Yeah, it doesn't, to me, it doesn't even feel like Urban Decay. Because like Urban Decay is usually pretty solid. And I actually tore into this like I would if it were like a naked palette.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. It plays like a ColourPop palette. If I didn't know better, I would say this was actually a ColourPop palette.
Mm.
Yeah.
Faith says, good evening.
Hello.
Michelle says, hi from Oregon.
Howdy, howdy.
And Andy says, hi, everyone. Late to the chat tonight. No, you're not, because we're still broadcasting. If we finished, then you'd be late.
Yeah, right now I'm just experimenting with this casual liner from Prince's Urban Decay collection.
Yeah.
And so far, it's not my favorite.
Oh, dear, oh, dear,
yeah.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
I'm glad I didn't get the black one.
Cheryl says she likes the primer, though.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff.
Oh, no, Urban Decay has amazing primers. That's the thing. Like, I actually think Urban Decay's makeup is really solid most of the time. These lashes are kind of driving me nuts, and I sort of want to take them off.
Okay. Well, let's see. Becca says, hi, Heather. Love your look. Those lashes are pure magic.
Yeah, these are actually the ones that Michelle from VIMEO Wigs sent me.
Oh, those ones in the diamond shape?
Yeah,
space?
these do not want to stay down. I will be right back. I'm going to go do something a little bit more heavy duty with the liner and see if that actually
All right. Well, where's have you got the case for the lashes there? Are they in the bathroom?
They're in the bathroom. I'll grab them when I come back.
All right. We'll let you know what. We'll show you the case for the lashes when Heather returns.
You want to do the drink now?
Okay, I'll do the drink in a second. But yeah, we'll grab the Heather will grab the case for the lashes, and then we'll show you what it is when we come back. Okay. Bettina's cute photo looks new with people hair. Good stuff, good stuff. Leanne says, I recently got 4 new pairs of glasses for the multiple colors I've been picking up. Now I need one for hollow blonde. Outstanding. Hear that, Heather? Excellent. Heather approves. Week was amazing. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to cover that more. And Cheryl says, yes, they have a great rep. That's why I was willing to spend $55. Purple hair. Right. Yeah, I figured something like that. Predictive text. Ain't it marvelous? Okay, folks, we're going to do a very, very simple cocktail. Tonight's topic, as I said, is the end of season chill and chat. And today's cocktail is just a simple mixer. It's a strawberry rhubarb cooler. And move this aside. Here's what we're going to have. See what we got here. And there we go. All right. We're going to start with a tall glass and either put in some ice or some cold stones or whatever you want to keep your drink cold. Just enough to keep them chilly while you're sipping. Come on, silly bastards. All right. First swear of the day. All right, next thing, we're going to take some of this Boodle's rhubarb and strawberry gin. Got my Decepticon shot glass here showing my political allegiance. This is 1.5 to 2 actual shots deep, so let's say 1 to 2 shots, depending on how strong you want it, of the rhubarb and strawberry gin in your tall glass with your cold maker of choice. And then just top it up with some Trader Joe's rhubarb and strawberry soda. They come in 4-packs in boxes like this. And you know what? That's it. Simple as that. There we go. 1. And 2. There we go. Simple as that. Straw Barbie. That's Heather's. And I'll move this back out of the way. So there you go, folks. Strawberry rhubarb cooler. It's sweet, it's alcoholic, it's refreshing, lightly fizzy, good stuff. Oh, we got loads of comments here. Let's look at some comments, shall we? Leanne, where did you get your glasses? Bettina says she went to Bodega Bay on Wednesday for my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Bettina.
Happy birthday.
Excellent. Good stuff. All right.
Oh, I should show them.
Did you bring
my
your hair
hands.
back? No, it's there.
No. And then here's the thing. It was actually under my hair the whole time. Here, you can go ahead and do that while I throw my hair on.
These are the lashes. They're Wigs by Dara.
No, that's the name of the style.
Wigs Silk Eyelashes by VIMEO.
Yes.
These are the Dara form, and they come in a very holographic, opalescent. Oh, that looks really impressive on your screen.
Ooh.
Yeah. Shiny.
Shiny.
Yeah. So that's that.
Ooh.
Excellent. Becca says, I'm already excited about this drink. Well, yeah.
Hey, it's so good.
Funny story. We got some rose liqueur. Heather got some rose liqueur and forgot she already bought a bottle, so we had 2 bottles. So she said, I challenge you to make a cocktail using the rose liqueur. So I tried. And looked up some recipes, and there were some that contained a lot of ingredients that we didn't have, and some that required fiddly things like whipped egg whites and other things that are good for if you have a paid restaurant staff to clean up after you, but a bit fiddly for doing, on camera here as just a sort of general laid back sort of thing. And so I tried about 5 or 6 different recipes and got a bit tipsy earlier on today. So Heather suggested the strawberry rhubarb gin with strawberry rhubarb soda, and that's where we are. So yes. And Liz says, I love the straw rhubarb combo. Yeah, I made last year for Heather's birthday, I made her a strawberry rhubarb pie.
Yeah, I didn't want cake because pie is better. That's
rhubarb.
just science.
Yeah.
Pie is very good.
Yes, Jamie, it is refreshing. Boodles is awesome, Liz. Goes well with strawberry rhubarb pie. Exactly. We're on the same page.
Yes.
We're on the same page.
That was really good.
That was my crappy impression of Simon Whistler. I don't have the adenoids to do it properly. Vanilla ice cream. Well, I'd love vanilla ice cream, but I'm allergic to dairy. But maybe coconut ice cream. Yeah. What? Ready?
Yeah. So what am I doing? Oh, should I talk about the makeup a little bit?
Yeah, talk about the makeup.
Okay. So I was testing out some of the Prince stuff from Urban Decay. So I tried the Cajole liner in what's this one called? When Doves Cry. And yeah, I'm not really feeling it. It's a little waxy. Maybe if you warm it up a little bit, it goes on a little bit better, but I don't know. It doesn't go on like buttery or anything like that. It's just, it's very waxy and dry. So I don't recommend it, honestly. And it's not as opaque as I was hoping it was going to be. This is the Let's Go Crazy palette, I believe is what this is called. I think that's what this is called. And on the mirror it says, then create your life. Oh, wait, hold on. Just start by creating your day, then create your life. Try to create. I want to tell people to create. Just start by creating your day, etc., etc. And of course, Prince's gorgeous doe eyes. Ugh, nope. I don't blame him for wearing makeup. He's got beautiful eyes, like big Bambi eyes. I'm so inclined to still talk about him in present tense. It's such a bummer. Okay, so anyway, I tried all these. You can see I made kind of a big mess. The ones that I used for this particular look was this When Doves Cry color. I used a lot of it, and I love this color. It was really fun to play with. It's an excellent highlighter, and it's buildable, which is really nice. I really like this color, but again, it felt a little bit like a ColourPop color. Then I tried Raspberry Beret here on the edges. Dance, music, sex, romance. This one was the one that I put all in the middle of. I didn't actually do anything dark with my crease. I was kind of going for like an 80s sort of look. Delirious is under my eye, and Indigo Nights is under here. If you're paying attention, that means I used every single one of the shimmers and none of the mattes. This is all shimmers, and that casual liner, and these eye wigs. So, oh, and some mascara. So, I like the look. I think it looks really fun. I think that the color palette works really, really well with this hair. By the way, Nigel picked the hair color.
I figured it would go well with the rest of the...
Perfect. You did such a good job.
Thank you, my treasure.
It goes so well. And all I did, by the way, to style this was hang it upside down for like half an hour. I put a little bit of synthetic safe hairspray at the roots and kind of scrunched it up, hung it upside down to dry, plopped it on. And that helps separate out some of the layers because it'll look a little compressed when you first get it. I call it taco head. So you want to untaco it, and you got to like play with it to make that happen. So,
Liz asks, I have a random question, Nigel. What do you think of chilled Guinness? Well, you know, it depends. It depends on the Guinness, really. I mean, sometimes.
Why isn't your camera on?
Why isn't my camera on? Okay. Boom.
Yay!
All right. Well, I kind of like it. That whole thing about you have to have. Because I haven't got my.
Okay, I got it.
Right, I've unmuted now.
Okay.
You have to mute your thing.
Done.
There. Okay. Right. So anyway, yeah. In order to, I don't hold with the idea that. You want to scooch in over here?
I want to share with you. I want to be the little head on the screen this time.
Okay.
Okay. It's usually you. It's my turn.
I don't hold with the idea that British and Irish beers have to be served room temperature. That's ridiculous. It's a tradition from before, the days of refrigeration, when the closest you had to that was dig a hole in the ground and it's slightly cooler than above ground, hence beer cellars. But mine chilled Guinness. But my favorite story about Guinness comes from Irish comedian Dara O'Brien, who presents Mock the Week and occasionally does other things. He got his start. One of his first jobs was at a bar, and they wouldn't let him pour any Guinness at first. You had to learn how to pour a Guinness. And he said that the correct way to do it is to pour out a little bit and then let it settle. And then pour out another bit and then let it settle. And pour out another bit and let it settle. And get all the way up to the top. And if they draw a shamrock in the foam, you're allowed to stab them in the eye with a fork. Yeah. I even put in Dara O'Brien's trademark at the end of it there. So yes, that's, I like cold Guinness. I like cool Guinness. I like their I think they did a lager a while back, an export lager that was quite nice. Yes. Hi, Elaine.
Hello.
So I hope that answers your question there, Liz. Let's see who else we got. Eye wigs, exceptionally fitting. Yes, Becca. Yes, it is.
They're very, very long. I've even called them draggy, but in the best possible way. If I'm gonna wear a lash, sometimes an exaggerated lash is really fun,
you might as well go a whole hog.
That's right.
Elaine says, I just got my lips tattooed today. Now I have lips like a blowfish. Ow!
Oh my gosh. How long will that take to heal?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds painful.
But it sounds very efficient.
Efficient, but painful.
Yeah. But I love the whole idea of like, you don't have to do your makeup in the morning. Maybe just put a little bit of primer on and you can go out the door. Or maybe a little concealer if you have a spot.
I'm thinking of Leslie Nielsen from one of the Naked Gun movies. Where he had to maintain cover and put on lipstick. Anyway, coconut cream pie, delish. Yes. I tell you what, I really like. There was a Thai restaurant near where we lived in Ohio, in a town called Talmadge. The restaurant no longer exists. It was called the Bangkok Gourmet, and they did this dessert called Bananas Phuket. And I've heard other names for it, Klueg Grop ice cream, and various other names. What it basically is they take coconut ice cream made with coconut milk, not actual ice cream, but coconut milk ice cream. And then they take thin slices of banana, wrap them in very thin phyllo type pastry, deep fry those, bung those on the coconut ice cream, and drizzle it with honey and sprinkle it with sesame seeds. Oh, gorgeous. See what we got here.
You are really adorable when you get really excited about food stuff.
Well, what can I get? What can I say? All right, let's see here. Liz says, I just went to the one and only decent UK restaurant here in LA and asked for a Guinness and got it iced. Iced?
No.
Okay.
Why?
Right.
The humanity.
Okay.
Oh,
cold. I'm fine. Hang on. Was it advertised specifically as Guinness Extra Cold? Because that's a thing.
Yeah, but they usually have a special
Pump.
Refrigeration thingy for it.
Not ice. Oh, geez, ice.
Like, we don't even use ice. We use whiskey cubes
Yeah,
because they don't dilute the drinks.
Yes.
Efficient.
Don't see why we call them whiskey stones, because we don't drink whiskey. I just call them cold stones.
That makes me think of ice cream again.
Ice cream. Well, Liz, it's funny you should mention that, because it reminds me of one time I went out with my mom and dad on their, I want to say 20th anniversary. I want to say that. Anyway, what happened was we went out to a restaurant that was owned by the same guy who owned the 356 Fighter Group.
All right, yeah.
The one in Thursday's Plaza.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, he ran a training course at the Stark Tech for hospitality industry. So as a way of getting cheap labor, he would have these people come in and do weekend shifts for work experience. And these youngsters were not very well acclimated to restaurant work, shall we say. Mum wanted a glass of white wine, so she got it. It was warm.
Oh.
So my dad took it back up to the bar and was told, that's as cold as it gets.
Oh my God, how? Where was this again?
That restaurant that was at Thursday's Plaza. I can't remember what it was called.
Ricky Lee's?
No. It was like
Ricky Lee's is pretty good.
No, it was Fuddruckers or something like that.
Oh yeah, that place.
Yeah.
That's not even there anymore.
Well, there you go. Anyway, yeah. So then he complained to the manager and says, okay, we'll get you. And then the senior bartender just put some ice in it, some ice cubes in it. They brought out our main courses. They'd swapped it around so that we were going by potatoes. So we got the wrong fish. Mum and I got the wrong fish, and then when they brought out the big tray of desserts, they put it down on the trestle, which instantly collapsed and spread desserts all over the floor.
Oh, that's tragic.
And it was all I could say. It was all I could do to stop from saying, yeah, I'll have that over there by that lady's foot. Nigel actually sounds better and louder when going through your mic, Heather.
Oh. Well, all right then. Oh, I can tell we have one of the...
There we go.
There we go.
I've been fluffing up my hair.
Let's see, where are we here? I guess I'm out of date. I want it room temperature. Well, some people do. I mean, it's a preference thing.
But just not iced.
No, not iced.
No, that's wrong.
That is wrong. That is wrong.
To do to a beer, that's so wrong. Oh my.
Elaine says the swelling will go down a day or two. Wish it wouldn't. Oh, well.
Oh, yeah. I kind of feel you there, too. I get lip fillers once in a while. In fact, I'm planning to get it redone while we're on break because I love it. And it's kind of wearing down a little bit. I want to get that re-upped. So I'm not completely anti-fillers. I don't want to go overboard with them, you know?
Bettina says one of my Facebook friends got stung on the lower lip by a bee. Yeah, ouch. I
How?
agree.
Oh my God.
I don't know. That
sounds awful. Oh.
Jamie says I wasn't hungry until I started watching this live. Yeah, sorry about that. Food and drink features heavily in my life.
Yeah. And I like going on tangents about pie.
Yeah.
So
also mango ice cream with those bananas.
Ooh,
yes, Cheryl.
Mangoes are so good. He didn't like mangoes until I made him eat good ones.
No, very true. Very true. I was not a big fan of mangoes because the one time I had mangoes before I met Heather, they were underripe and therefore not very good. It's the same thing with avocados and guacamole. I didn't like them originally because I had crap versions, and then Heather introduced me to the good version, and yeah, now I'm a fan. Just asked for a glass of Guinness, and that's what I got. They've been here for 100 years or something. Wait, you'd think they'd know better by now.
Maybe that's just like one of their quirky things that they do.
Maybe they think all Americans drink everything with huge, vast amounts of ice in the glass. I don't know.
I get mad when they put too much ice in my drink at like Chick-fil-A and stuff like that.
Yes.
I like it just a little bit because their diet lemonade is amazing. I don't want to get skimped on that.
Exactly. Hi, Barbara. Happy
Hello.
Saturday. Bettina says, Founder's Favorite is my go-to at Cold Stone. I think I've been there once, and then I found out I was allergic to dairy, so I've never been there again. But what is that like? Do you know what that is?
It's so good. All of their stuff is incredibly good. It shouldn't be so good. It's very good, though. Because what they do is they don't have, like, ice cream with stuff in it. They have bases, and then you pick all your own stuff. And that gets dangerous. I like that one that's almost like strawberry shortcake. I can't remember what that one's called, but it's super good. But then again, I tend to like fruity flavored stuff.
Thanks for the fluff demo. That could be taken wrong.
Good night, everybody.
First adult moment of the broadcast.
No, I heard you say bastard earlier.
Oh, yeah.
And I just said it again, so.
Andy says, I'm hungry and we just got back from dinner at the drive-in. Ooh, that sounds nice. Drive-in.
Oh, drive-ins.
I keep thinking of, was it not Mench's Brothers?
Like Sonic? Sonic's a
no,
drive-in.
No, not Sonic. I'm thinking of Swenson's. Swenson's.
Swenson's, yeah.
Up near Jackson High School.
That's like an institution.
Yeah. Sipping on a mango iced tea.
That sounds so good. I love mango stuff. Mango stuff is just amazing.
Barbara says, did you say you guys had a Fighter Squadron restaurant near there? I drove myself crazy until I learned how to duplicate their beer cheese soup. Well, it was called the 356th Fighter Group.
I used to work there.
Heather used to work there. It was very nifty. My dad had a work due from Goodyear there once, and I think people got the runs from Bradley prepared chicken, and that restaurant no longer exists, which is a shame because it was quite nice. Oh, this is interesting. Janelle, hi Janelle, says be careful with mango. It can cause photosensitivity. I got second-degree burns from juice that got on my arms and legs. Wow.
Good tip. Thank you. Good looking out.
Yeah, that's important message. That's important.
The same thing, by the way, goes for a lot of acidic juice drinks. Like people used to put lemon juice in their hair to get their hair to naturally sun bleach faster. So, anything acidic like that might have a similar effect. That warning dove is literally right on our windowsill, and he's very loud.
Yes. We've been attracting a lot of birds with our feeders lately.
Oh, and our little container garden. And I went today and I got a canna lily because it was like 50% off because it's so late in the season to plant stuff down here in Georgia. And I also got a salvia plant and stuff that I thought would attract butterflies. Yeah. Because we've got a hummingbird. We have a hummingbird that
she zooms by, checks the petunias and the feeder, and then buggers off again.
She's so cute.
Tiny.
I want her to tell all her friends that we have nectar and we are planting flowers for them.
I believe she's a ruby throat.
They're so cute. But we've been told that we need to move the feeders apart, so we bought a separate shepherd's hook and that one sucked. I got it on Amazon.
It's cheap and it broke.
So we got a more industrial strength one that I picked up at Home Depot today. So we're gonna rehang the hummingbird feeder. But
tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, I hope we get to see her more often because she's very cute.
Andy says this is a little family-owned drive-in that's been there forever. That sounds outstanding. Awesome food if you can forget the calories. Calories? What are calories? They don't exist when you leave your door.
Man, do I wish that was true.
Hi, Flav the 14er.
Hello. Thank you for joining us.
And yeah, we got lots of red flowers. That's good stuff. Because I'm lactose intolerant, I put frozen strawberries or mangoes in a blender with a little almond milk. Makes delicious frozen dessert.
That sounds really good.
That does sound good. But I'm also allergic to almonds, so everything has to be coconut.
But the thing is, bananas. If you throw some bananas in there, it combines stuff up. That's why they use them in smoothies.
This is so depressing. I think I have one frozen dinner to eat in the house. Can someone run me over dinner?
I wish that worked too.
I wish that worked too, yeah.
Then we could get a coconut cream pie delivered.
Oh,
right?
Coconut cream.
Yeah, call back.
Yes. Liz says our hummingbirds love pineapple sage, which has red cone-like flowers.
Oh, and I bet it smells fantastic.
Bottle brush really attracts hummingbirds.
I almost got a butterfly bush thinking that maybe the same thing would be true, but we want to kind of not go too overboard considering the fact that we're only renting. That's why we're doing mainly like a container garden.
Well, I know hummingbirds love heliconia, but they're a bit of you know. Oh. Bettina says, love Swenson.
Yeah.
We had a place called Farrell's that was really cool. It had a Sunday called a pig's trough. Oh. Ziggy Piggy, Ziggy Piggy, Ziggy Piggy. Yeah,
what is that?
That was from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Was it?
Yeah, they kidnap Napoleon and they have to go do something else, and so they entrench him at a ice cream parlor and make him eat the Ziggy Pig enormous trough sundae.
Oh my.
DoorDash, says Shelley. Yes, good idea. I get fat from fruit ice cream with almonds. I can't do fat and sugar together. Furiously scrolling through DoorDash. Yeah. Parents taking their children to highly inappropriate movies. Yeah.
That happens all the time. My parents totally did that to me as a kid. I don't recommend it.
Well, I'll say this. This was fun. I'm going to come over here. This is fun. Back in 2014, I went to see the rebooted Godzilla film with, what's his name from Breaking Bad?
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston.
Okay.
I keep forgetting. I can never remember a name right when I need to. It always out my head. Anyway, the 2014 Godzilla remake with Bryan Cranston. And these absolute twat hammers brought their entire brood with them, including a 5-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 6-month-old baby. And as you can imagine, with loud movies, with enormous fire-breathing, screaming monsters and explosions, they were crying the whole damn time. And I asked one of the ushers, why is it not possible to have these people removed? I said, well, would be fine. It would be sued for what's the word I'm looking for? And I'm forgetting words when I need to.
That's okay. Can you think of synonyms or antonyms, and then we can make it a game?
Anyway, they'd be sued for asking people to leave with their screaming children and upsetting everyone else in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We both used to work at a movie theater, and yeah, some of those movies. Oh God! All right, so this is a true story, and I want to tell you because it's funny. All right, one of the biggest mistakes I ever made when I worked at the movie theater that we both used to work at together. Like this happened the day before my birthday. Okay, I accidentally so sometimes when they had physical projectors with physical film, they would have multi-platters.
Yeah.
And so you would have multiple movies on the same projector on different platters. if that makes sense.
Yeah, 3 platters. You can store up to 2 movies on them and just spool them between the empty platters to, so you don't have to keep changing reels and projectors.
Well, some genius decided it'd be a really great idea to put Final Destination and Pokemon 2000 on the same projector. And guess what I did? Because in the daytime it was supposed to be Pokemon, and in the evening it was supposed to be Final Destination. Yeah, that is one of those stories that is much funnier in hindsight.
Well, speaking of those Final Destination films, I'm not sure if any of you folks have ever watched the Final Destination films, but the basic idea is that some kid has a vision that the plane they're going to get on for a class trip to Europe is going to blow up, so he gets himself and a bunch of others kicked off the plane. The plane blows up. The Grim Reaper gets angry that they escaped his clutches, so he goes and gets them later. But he does so in the most convoluted, ridiculous, Rube Goldberg kind of way that every time one of these on-screen deaths starts off, I keep thinking of the tune Powerhouse by the Raymond Scott Quintet. Bum bum ba ba da 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 dun dun da 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 dun da bum bum ba da 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 dun dun ba da da bum bum, etc. And all like that. And it's just
I just like playing with the hair like that.
Yeah, why not?
That was fun.
From Flab to 14, who says, speaking of dinner, just made my first from-scratch meal last night in a year. The surgery really helped the symptoms of my Parkinson's. Well, that's great.
Fantastic.
That's great.
That's wonderful.
Barbara says you should see how big the hummingbirds are here in northern Michigan. I guess they have to be to get all the way up here.
Little buddies.
Well, I remember how they were in Ohio at the ruby throats.
Little pudgy buddies. Oh, I get such a kick out of the birds.
I like Bill and Ted too.
Station.
Yeah. Whoa, this is atypical.
Both of those movies are gold. Just solid gold.
Farrell's also had The Zoo, like a whole gallon of ice cream flavors, toppings, etc. Wow.
Oh, diabetes.
That reminds me. There used to be these big. They start off as like red, but then they turn to clear tubs you could get in the freezer section. They were called the Incredible Bulk.
Really?
Yeah, they're like 5 gallons of ice cream or something like that. In a big red tub and later a big clear tub, and you could get like vanilla ice cream or rainbow sorbet.
Ooh.
That was fantastic.
They should do a 50-50. That'd be wonderful.
Mm. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Desert Island question. You can only have 3 movies. Which ones?
That's such a good one. You want to go first? Can you do that?
Okay. Let's see. I would go with, surprisingly enough, I know all the Star Wars movies, all the good Star Wars movies by heart, so I don't need to take those with me. Mm-hmm. I would take The Road to El Dorado. Mm. That's a little movie that is criminally overlooked, and it always cheers me up. What's another good one? I'm also fond of any of the Addams Family movies. The original Addams Family Values or the 2019 one. Yeah. Those are all good. I could take any of those and be happy.
I like the summer camp in the Addams Family Values. I like everything with that entire B line, B story or whatever they call it. I love that entire thing.
Yes,
she's magical. Christina Ricci, magical.
Absolutely fantastic. I'll be the victim all your life.
I was just talking to Nigel about this the other day. Yeah. I love people who can do deadpan well. Yes. Oh, they're my favorite. Like my favorite Golden Girl is Bea Arthur because the deadpan is dry as the desert. It is so good. Like I don't know how. That's like superhuman to be in a room full of all these funny people saying all of these funny things, and to be that's solid. Just So good. Like I love Aubrey Plaza. She is just magnificent and deadpan. Oh, it's so good. It's like everything that comes out of her mouth is just dripping with sarcasm. Yay. I can't do sarcasm well. So there's something about it that's just like awe-inspiring to me because I barely understand the concept. But it's just like fun to watch somebody who does it in a way where I can pick up on it, but it's still subtle, you know?
Yeah.
Because usually that stuff goes boom, right over my head, but I can catch it when they're doing it because it's so extreme, because they're around all these extreme over-the-top characters who are just freaking out constantly, and yet they are the calm. They are the eye in the center of the storm. And there's just, you know, it's that you catch on to because of the dynamic. As an Aspie, I appreciate that.
Yeah, and as for a third option, I don't know. I've got a huge number of DVDs at home. Yes, I have physical media because I think when the next Carrington event happens, we should have hard copies because, you know, a good Carrington event will wipe out everything digital.
Bummer.
Yeah. So, I've got all kinds of stuff I could go with, but one movie, another movie I think is underappreciated is UHF.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Oh, UHF is fun.
And while you think about stuff, I'm going to make you another one.
Ooh, but that was a good one. UHF is wonderful.
Yes.
So for me, like The Big Lebowski is definitely on there. Every single line in that movie is golden and fits in perfectly. It's just such a beautifully crafted, absurd story. For me, I really like stuff where it's like realistic, but like hyper realistic, you know, where it's like, it's almost like all done in pastiche, you know, it's like a simulacrum, that sort of thing. Like I love The Big Lebowski because it looks like a world you can identify happening around 1989, 1990. And yet it's just completely absurd. That's something about that sort of like almost like Monty Python-esque way of crafting a universe. Just really appeals to me. So I like that movie. I like Joe versus the Volcano. So
That's a good one.
I would probably have to have that one because it's just, again, it's like kind of realistic, but at the same time almost like a fairy tale. It's got its own universe, which is pretty cool. And oh man. Okay, this one's going to be super controversial, but I got to say it. It's kind of like a toss-up between the 10 Commandments, like the Charlton Heston one, or like Gone with the Wind, because I like old-fashioned movies. I really do. I just think there's something about the scale of everything and how just over the top it is. You know, like any old epic movie, insert like Spartacus or something like that. I love all those old movies. So just pick one, even if it's problematic. I have a degree in sociology. I can pick the problematic parts out. I like the scale of it. I like how old it is. Just the fact that it's old sometimes is appealing to me.
Metropolis. That
yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Speaking of old films, yeah.
Yeah, that movie's amazing. Like I want at least one classic old film in there, but it doesn't really matter what it is. It could be like Butterfield 8 or something like that. I love Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh,
I love her.
Got some good answers here.
So
Dead Poets Society.
that's a wonderful movie. Yes.
Edward Scissorhands.
Absolutely. Yes.
Body Heat. Desperately Seeking Susan.
Those movies are so underrated.
Destination Wedding. I've not heard of that
Me
one.
either. We should check that out.
I love this look, Heather, by the way.
Thank you. Nigel helped me pick it out.
No, Deadpool.
The first Deadpool was so good. It was incredible. Oh my gosh. Again, Ryan Reynolds is one of those people whose delivery style is just so slick. And I love the fact, though, that it's just obvious enough that I can pick up on it. Yeah. And I can pick up on the snark. I love that. It's like an inclusive style of being a smartass.
Yes. Tremors. Also good.
That is also a very underrated movie. That movie has really, really cool everything.
Yes.
The vibe, the jokes, everything.
Even the critical drinker likes it.
It's so good. I love the critical drinker.
To have and have not. You know how to whistle, don't you, Steve? Just
Put your lips together and blow.
Stage door, a classical group of actresses. They don't make them that way anymore.
Yep. I feel I love All About Eve. That is a magnificent movie. All those old movies.
Oh yes,
so
All
good.
About Eve.
Except we watched Bring Up Baby the other day, and I realized I don't really care for Katharine Hepburn that much.
Yeah.
Just me.
I'm not sure if it was. I mostly think it was her character in that film. If I'd met a person like that in my real life, I would try to distance myself from her as much as friggin' possible.
I mean, I would try to be polite, but I might have to go like.
I'd get to a point where I
away.
would stop being polite
and start getting real.
Terry says, Uncle Buck.
Yes!
Excellent
Yes!
one. Love Uncle Buck.
Oh, God, John Candy.
Christmas
so
in
good.
Connecticut. Not sure about the third one. Yeah. I've not seen Christmas in Connecticut.
Oh, and I also love Splash. That's a nice, wholesome movie, isn't it? Splash.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, that's where Tom Hanks, who
I
is
know what it's
naturally,
about.
preternaturally, actually, wholesome.
Yeah.
And then you've got, like, Daryl Hannah at peak beautiful Daryl Hannah-ness. Like, with that mermaid hair. Oh, she's outrageous. And her name was Madison, because that was really absurd at the time.
Mm-hmm.
That was an absurd name back in the 80s.
And now people give their kids names like Apple 7 Carrot, for fuck's sake.
You can't even pronounce the name of Elon Musk's kid. Like, I don't think it's meant to be pronounceable. But, okay. It's easy to brand, I guess.
Ugh. You should not be trademarking your kids.
Tell Beyonce, dude.
You should not be trademarking your kids, Beyonce.
She has a trademark for Blue Ivy.
Bettina says Casablanca, excellent film. Love that. Snarky, sarcastic, love it.
It's a propaganda film, but it's still freaking amazing.
Oh yeah, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Absolutely. He knows a lot of the Sir Robin song, which is probably my favorite thing from that. Can you do any of that?
Bravely bold Sir Robin set forth from Camelot. He was not afraid to die, poor brave Sir Robin. He was not at all afraid to be killed in nasty ways. Brave, 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 brave Sir Robin. He was not in the least bit scared to be mashed into a pulp, or to have his eyes gouged out and his elbows broken, to have his kneecap split and his body burned away, and his limbs all hacked and mangled, brave Sir Robin. I can't remember the rest of the litany, but I do remember it finishes up with brave Sir Robin ran away. No, bravely ran away. I didn't. When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled. And brave Sir Robin turned about, and gallantly he chickened out. Bravely taking to his feet, he bait a very brave retreat. Bravest of the brave Sir Robin.
It's so good. Oh man.
Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen says, love the Big Lebowski. My husband has gone as the dude quite a few times for Halloween.
I can imagine that's an easy costume too. Comfortable.
Oh, Andy. Dave is one of mine, but I'm not sure that I can narrow down the other two. I love
He loves
Dave.
that movie.
My mother first saw it on network TV a while ago, like over 20 years ago, and loved it. And so I got her the DVD, and I watched it with her, and oh, it's fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, he
Love
loves the
that
movie.
film.
Yeah.
Love that film. That is a great, highly, highly underrated film, I must say. And the costuming was incredible in those films.
Those old
films,
yes.
definitely.
Oh, I love the costumes from the movies in like the 30s and 40s and 50s. They were just so extreme, like sequins everywhere, feathers. Oh, so good.
Love the beauty of Gone with the Wind.
It's such a beautiful movie, and it's got so many problems. But you know, it's like you can't change what you don't acknowledge, that sort of thing. So I feel like it's almost important to be aware of like revisionist history in general.
We've got to acknowledge what has happened, even if you don't condone it.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're right. Those costumes are outrageous. I love Vivian Leigh and Clark Gable. Frankly, I absolutely love Hattie McDaniel. And I wish they would have given her like slightly less of a stereotypical role, because she's magnificent. She deserved that Oscar.
Oh, yes.
But they should have. they should have really developed that out, because from my opinion, her character was probably the most rational player in the entire freaking movie because everyone else was out of their minds. And as I just said, I really gravitate towards the people that are like the calm in the center of the storm, because I'm like awe-inspired by people who can do that, because I freak out. Like I'm not that person. So I really admire people who can do that. And her character seemed like that person.
I can honestly just hear the mental, oh, for fuck's sake, in her head.
Yeah, no, she's magnificent. And I really wish they would have done more with her character.
Barbara says, all my faves are the classics: To Kill a Mockingbird, Picnic, Splendor in the Grass,
Yes,
Vertigo.
yes, all
stuff.
of those. I love
Kay,
old
mate.
movies.
Hi, Kay. Says Wizard of Oz.
That's a fantastic movie. I get so sad whenever I hear the stories about like all the things they did to people that like hurt them on that set. But the end result, you know, it's made so many generations of kids happy. So it's kind of like,
yeah,
you know, but it's a great movie.
January Man is good, says Bettina.
I've
not seen that, says Kevin Kline, Alan Rickman. That sounds fun.
I love both those guys.
I figured out how to do an Alan Rickman impression.
Yeah.
You start out by doing Shaggy, not Zoinks, hey Scoob, dig that crazy pantry. Not that Scoob.
You sound like Mickey Mouse a little bit there too.
Oh, gosh. No, not the Casey Kasem Shaggy, but the island recording artist. You know, Jack on Mr. Boombastic, really fantastic. And then you talk through your teeth and you put on a posh accent and slow down and you've turned into Alan Rickman.
You get there. Yeah. It's interesting how that, you can like hear your soft palate moving.
Yes.
Wow.
Elaine remains. Andy, I once caught a fish this big. That's a Dave gag.
Okay.
Yeah, he when his character is playing the part of a president going to a factory to show support to local workers, etc. He gets he gets into a Waldo arm thing and makes the factory Waldo arms do a hula and Louie, and then I once caught a fish this big, and the Waldo arms like 30 feet apart at that point. Good stuff. Oh, let's see. I just had it. Where is it? Bloody thing moved.
I love you. You're so British.
Bloody hellfire.
See?
Oh, sod it. Here we go. Destination Wedding has Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder, I believe. Oh, that should be fun, man.
They're both so good. I remember when Johnny Depp was engaged to Winona Ryder, and I thought they were like the most beautiful people, like the most beautiful couple.
Their kids would have huge alien eyes, though.
They'd be so pretty, though. They'd have a magnificent bone structure, the cheekbones to the gods. They'd be so good. Like, Johnny Depp has amazing facial structure. And so does Winona Ryder. Has those. I can imagine beautiful babies. I should not be thinking this deeply into it because it's over.
Cowboys and Aliens, says Shelley. That is a surprisingly fun film. That is surprisingly fun. I got the DVD of that shortly after because I thought I must own that because of the Gary Larson Far Side cartoon. Because he did a Cowboys and Aliens thing way before that movie was ever thought of, and it was just an absolute hoot. Anything Gregory Peck was in.
Oof.
We're in it now, up to our eyeballs.
Oh.
Have you ever... Tell me something. Do you like Mystery Science Theater 3000? Because they did a film called Marooned in Space or something like that. I forget what it was called, but it starred like Gene Hackman and Gregory Peck and some really big names, but it was cheaply done and slow-paced, so it ended up on MST UK. And Trace, who plays Dr. Forrester and Crow, does a fantastic Gregory Peck impression. Yeah.
My favorite's Tom Servo, though. I like how he sings. And the songs he comes up with.
Kevin is a great singer.
They're so good. Singer. The songs are so stupid, and I love them very much.
Musicals with Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers.
I love all of that stuff. It's so good. And I used to watch that stuff with my mom's dad, so my maternal grandfather. He was super into that stuff. And we would watch all kinds of things like that. And I remember them very fondly. Yeah. Still wonderful movies. I'm glad that they still show them on places like TMC or TCM.
Yeah.
Turner Classic Movies. Yes.
Baby Boom. Not familiar with that one. Kelly says, sorry, but what? Sorry, could you clarify that? What? There, Kelly. Not quite sure. Holiday Inn. Don't think I've seen that one. You?
No. See,
All
we're
right.
going to have to go back through here and
We're
make
going
some
back
notes.
through here. We're going to
Yeah.
go back through here and make notes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm.
she needs your mermaid wig. Send Daryl Hannah one of your mermaid wigs. Heather.
Yes. Though I would want her wig too, because you know that was a wig, right? And it's so gorgeous and crazy and long.
Big.
That movie
That
is
was fun.
creepy but very fun.
Yes.
Like it's one of those ones where I have to like suspend disbelief really, really hard because, reasons. But
Yeah.
it's still I remember when I was a kid watching that and I got it back then because
Yeah.
it was like, this is supposed to be where I'm dreaming what it would be like to magically become an adult and everything's great. It was like a movie made for me
Yeah.
and not a movie made for my parents because my parents would be probably sitting there going, they had sex? What?
Yeah.
Weird. But yeah, lovely movie if you're seeing it from like a kid's perspective, I
Yeah.
think.
Especially if you like Masters of the Universe toys.
Why was that?
They use a lot of Mattel stuff in the background.
I just remember the big piano that
Yeah.
they had to like dance on.
Yeah.
That was super fun. I would not be able to do that.
Roxanne with Steve Martin. Yes, that's an excellent one. Ever seen that one, Heather?
Mm.
It's basically a modern telling of Cyrano de
Oh,
Bergerac.
nice.
Yeah, where Steve Martin plays Cyrano with the big nose and everything. What about The Lion in Winter? I haven't seen that one.
That movie is very good. That one's Katharine Hepburn and
yes.
Peter O'Toole. And basically, I like anything with Peter O'Toole in it. I don't know why. He's just kind of smarmy and stuff, but he's just extraordinarily charismatic in everything. And it's very attention grabbing. So I really like Peter O'Toole.
The Birds, The
Yes.
Rope, Rear Window, Vertigo.
Yeah. And I think somebody else mentioned Vertigo earlier.
Yeah.
I think basically anything Hitchcock, as long as you can get down with the pacing. Because
Yeah.
I know a lot of like younger people struggle to like get down with the pacing. I love stuff that runs at kind of like a deliberate, slow pace
Yeah.
where it like grows on you really slowly and then boom, just like
Yes.
hits you over the head.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't like being in constant agony with the anxiety the whole time the movie's on. What was the movie we walked out on that Chris led us into?
I can't remember what it was called. Don't Breathe or something
Oh,
like
it was
that.
awful. Because
No.
I mean, I like horror movies and I like suspense movies, but I don't like it when it's just like intense, crazy anxiety, like
Yeah.
like the whole time because that is too much for me.
Well,
I can handle it.
we're sitting out on our back porch, listening to the froggies and looking at our light garden.
You sound like Torgo.
Just to relax. And we heard some gunshots go off quite nearby.
I think those are fireworks.
Were they fireworks?
I think so.
I thought it was a farmer like a field or two over shooting at coyotes or something.
No, but it sounded like fireworks to me.
Well, it was loud and scary, so we came back in.
Oh yeah, I mean, because that's just it's too much. I don't like balloons popping. I don't like dogs barking. I don't like
sudden loud noises either, to be honest.
Yeah, they freak me out.
Yeah. A Fish Called Wanda.
That movie's very good.
Yes, and the sequel.
By the way, congratulations on your weight loss. Checking out your picture. Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Great job.
Fierce Creatures. Fierce Creatures. That's the sequel. That's fun too.
Yeah, we watched that when we were in England, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think so, because you have it on DVD.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. See?
Yeah, they talk about conservation zoos. Gerald Durrell was part of the was one of the first people to come up with the idea of zoos for conservation purposes, for breeding rare animals to be released back into the wild when it was helpful for them. And Paynton Zoo, which is in my home borough of Torbay, was one of the first zoos to join in on the borough, the Durrell plan of conservative zoo maintaining. I also love some of the animated films, says Andy. Beauty and the Beast and Shrek. Oh, I love Shrek. First Shrek Marvelous. Loved it.
Beauty and the Beast is a wonderful movie, and I like that Belle is also very smart and well-read. That's very cool. I love her dress and that it is yellow, and I like that she's not blonde. Though I like blonde and I wear blonde hair. It was like every single Disney princess except for Ariel and then Belle. They were all blonde. So it was nice to have Belle. And then I love Tiana, by the way, from the Frog Prince. No, Tiana's dress from the Frog Prince is fantastic. Like, I would wear that if I had an excuse to wear it and somebody who knew how to make it. That is a beautiful dress. The color is so good and it's just so cool. I like Belle's dress probably second because it's yellow and it looks like a cupcake with buttercream frosting. It's just so pretty and floofy. But
Thank you, Kathy.
Brave, Saran.
Kathleen says I came in late. What are you guys talking about movies? Well, it was just we're just doing a basic chill and chat. We're not doing anything special. We're just random topics. And
Desert Island movies was a question asked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to a desert island, you can only take 3 movies with you. Which ones would you bring? And it just sort of it's a great topic. It's really bloomed out.
And now we have stuff we can watch when we go on our little break. So I'm excited. Thank you for all the suggestions, everybody.
Vivian Lee and Hedy Lamarr, 2 of the most beautiful women ever.
And Hedy Lamarr was a genius.
Who invented Wi-Fi?
A genius. But yes, gorgeous women.
Here's one for you. Trivia question. What was Scarlett O'Hara's original
Is it like
first name?
Catherine? Like Katie? Catherine? I don't know.
So, wasn't her name Katie Scarlett, says from 5 to 14.
Like, I read the book when I was in high school. It is very long. And it has a lot of very florid words for antebellum stuff. And I learned some very incredible words for tears, for example, because it's so dramatic. It's almost camp. The way, because it's like she's almost like trying to use the vocabulary of like the Victorian era or like Edgar Allan Poe. So it's very, very floral to the point of almost absurdity. And I learned lacrimosity.
Well, I keep thinking of
lugubrious.
Yeah. Oh, you talk about Victorian era language.
So many words for crying.
I keep thinking of H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh yeah?
Everyone, my friends back in high school and college age, a couple of them were really into H.P. Lovecraft as horror. And whatever you think about him as a person, he had a great talent for world building, but not really for writing. He had great ideas. He was not very good at putting them down on paper because his stories are kind of like a Scooby-Doo episode. They follow a pattern. Ostensibly intelligent guy decides to go somewhere. Everyone says, don't go near there. There's creepy shit happening there. And he goes, oh no, I'll be all right. And then he faces dark evil forces man was not meant to know. And then goes, oh shit. And that's where the story generally ends.
That makes me think of Ryan George, though, because it'd be like, well, why did he do that? Because the movie had to happen.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, the thing about H.P. Lovecraft that gets me the most of all is that, well, he wasn't a very well socialized person. He didn't have a lot of friends.
I've heard that he was really antisocial.
Yeah, and you can tell because his characters speak like Victorian people write letters. Honestly, there are times
I almost love that though.
There are times. Well, sometimes I do, but only as a gag. But seriously, reading his stuff, it's really great if you've got insomnia. Because sometimes I can be... Heather will attest to this, because I got Cthulhu and other stories in a compendium, and yes. I swear I wouldn't get 5 paragraphs, and I'd just be...
He would! It was the quickest way to get him to sleep was put some H.P. Lovecraft in his hands every night without fail. Oh man, it's funny because it's true.
Kathy prefers the Carol Burnett version of Gone with the Wind.
No, Carol Burnett was so funny.
With a curtain rod. Oh, let's see what we've got here.
Oh, I saw Kathleen was in here.
Okay.
Hi, Kathleen. Oh, she changed her profile picture to be the
Nice.
holographic blonde.
Excellent.
That's so cool. Thank you. Yes, we released our holographic blonde for Ambrose and Grayson. You can get her now.
Yay!
But we're only putting like 25 on the website for now because we want to hold back most of them for Amazon. I really think that this color is going to do well on Amazon because it's not like anything else out there. It'll really stand out. So just being transparent, we're going to put most of those on Amazon so even our international customers can get on board with it. So if you go to the website, you check out the holographic blonde. If you're international, don't fret. It's going to go up on Amazon, and we're actually reserving most of them for you. Yeah. So looking out, trying to see, because I thought that this one would be really cool for the Amazon people. So yeah. All right, go ahead, honey.
That's
Sorry.
okay. MST3K, yes.
We just watched MST3K, the movie last night.
This island Earth can be yours if the price is right. I almost debated on when Heather said start without me, I'll be there in a couple minutes. I almost started off with, it's the Bragg Show, starring me, I'm Bragg.
I love the Bragg Show.
No, from MST3K, the movie.
Yeah. Well, because the Bragg Show is amazing.
Yes.
And very, like, Dadaist almost.
Johnny Depp feels in all the right places.
Right?
All righty then. Oh, yes. MST3K. Yes.
It's so good. We have tree frogs that literally sound like a combination of two things. One, Torgo's theme.
The master would not approve.
They don't do that bit, but Nigel can supply that.
Torgo.
Torgo. But no, and then the other thing, it sounds like a really angry, cantankerous old man.
Oh, the Fowler's Toad.
So it's like boop, 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 boop. Like every night outside our window.
Fowler's Toads. Look them up on YouTube because they go.
No, it's lower. It's lower than that. I swear, it's like. Like now I'm making Frankenstein noises.
Cocktail, good. Yeah.
Oh, the replacement.
I've not seen that one. Jimmy Stewart, Harvey.
That movie. We used to have a gigantic bunny that my dad won at like a fair. Oh, his name was Harvey. And my mom would bring him out every single Easter and plant like our Easter egg baskets and candy around him. And she convinced us that Harvey came to life only when we weren't around. So it was Schrodinger's bunny. But it was a very cool memory. Very cool, weird bunny. Yes!
I have to say anything with Vincent Price.
Yes! Oh, yes!
Leaving Lepidoptera, please don't touch the displays, little boy. Oh, cute. Moving to the next aisle, we have Arachnida the spiders, our finest collection. This friendly little devil is of the heptaphilidae, unfortunately harmless. Next to him, the nasty Lycosa raptoria. His tiny fangs cause creeping ulcerations of the skin. Vincent Price's intro to Alice Cooper's Black Widow.
Yes.
Fucking classic.
Yes.
Love me some Vincent Price.
And his little bit in Thriller.
Oh, yes.
Iconic. So much.
And
Like the Pendulum, the Mask of the Red Death.
Oh, one of the best episodes of The Muppet Show ever.
He's amazing.
Vincent Price rules.
The House of Wax.
Oh,
that's when I was a kid. That was one of my favorite movies.
Yes, and if you're not familiar with it, this is kind of a rare thing because it's an English film. Kenny Everett. It's called Bloodbath in the House of Death.
Have we seen this?
It's got Vincent Price in it. Did I not show it to you?
I don't think so.
It's one of those, all those scary movie, date movie, movies that they had. It's like one of those, only 30 years before those were ever made.
Oh, wow.
Made in like 1983. And Kenny Everett, who, if you've ever watched, if you've watched that film, Bohemian Rhapsody, who was the extremely gay little skinny bearded radio DJ who put on Bohemian Rhapsody for the first time, that's him.
By the way, if you've not seen, it's like maybe a minute and a half long. It's a segment on Kenny Everett's show where Freddie Mercury leaps into Kenny Everett's arms. If you have not seen that, you should absolutely watch it because it is a magical moment of television.
Yeah, when you're done watching this, look up Kenny Everett, Freddie Mercury.
It's wonderful.
Yes.
It's so funny because Freddie Mercury's like a puma.
Yes.
He's a fantastic athlete back in those days. And it's just fun to watch that little bit of physical comedy.
Yes. Oh, it's fantastic.
You could tell Kenny Everett did not see it coming.
Yes, it was a surprise. But yeah, Bloodbath in the House of Death. It's really cheap parody of all things horror and sci-fi and everything right up to like 1983.
Is it campy?
It's incredibly
Yay!
campy.
I love camp.
It is so campy.
God, I love camp. I love campy humor.
Well, we'll have
campy horror. I meant whatever.
I'll look it
All
up
the same.
tonight. I'll look it up. Bloodbath
Yes.
in the House of Death. Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye and Holiday and great musical.
That's where is that where White Christmas came from?
I can't remember.
Mm.
Oh, just watched Raiders of the Lost Ark last night.
That one is one more. Is that the one we watched with your friend?
Yes.
Yes. Jeremy. That's
Jeremy. Jeremy. Hi, Jeremy.
Hello.
It's the one. It's the film where the hero didn't even need to be there. Yeah, that's great. That was pointed out. I forget who pointed that out to me originally, and then they did the same thing. They showed it on an episode of the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
And then it broke the nerds. Oh, Tim Conway. Yes. He's funny. Cried at the end of Platoon.
I have not seen Platoon.
I've
heard it's got a magnificent soundtrack too.
Always being me says, driving and listening because I'm sad I can't watch at home. Well, don't worry. This is going to be on the channel for a while, for a good long time. So, you can watch it a bit later if you like. You're not missing much. We're mainly just talking.
Yeah.
Unless you want to see Heather's
my juniper wig and moonlit orchid that I've been fluffing and playing with the whole time.
And the makeup palettes and the cocktail at the beginning. After that, it's just us talking. So you can watch the first half hour and then just keep listening to the rest. It's complicated. I haven't watched that one. I'm assuming that's a
now we have stuff we can put on our wish list.
Oh, Kathleen says, as for the actors, I'm a huge fan of Keanu and Johnny. Yeah. Ever since they got their first shows when they were unknown, I was crushing hard. We are in the same age range.
Yes.
My favorite year with Peter O'Toole.
I'll have to check that out because I really like Peter O'Toole. 2
people have said that. Peter O'Toole, like back-to-back comments.
Yeah. So we have to put that one on there because I really like Peter O'Toole a lot.
Lawrence of Arabia. Good one. Devil Wears Prada.
That's such a good movie too. Meryl Streep's hair in that movie is so good. That would be an amazing wig to make because that probably was one.
Yeah.
It's just perfectly coiffed. So good.
The Book Club. I haven't seen that one. That sounds good. Oh, and Joy Anthony Hopkins.
Yes.
Yes. Especially the Hannibal trilogy.
And he's an Aspie toaster person.
Yay.
Yay.
We like it, Sir Anthony. Identity, that movie gets you at the end. Seen it? While walking on a stair, I passed a man who wasn't there. He wasn't there again today. Oh, how I wish he'd go away. I haven't seen that one.
That sounds very familiar.
Best scene in Fish Called Wanda is the giant block landing on the little block. Oh, the safe. Yes. Oh, that was fantastic. Oh, crap. It skipped again. Bugger. Bugger! Bollocks.
Bollocks!
Mandatory Brian Blessed moment.
God, now you make me want fish and chips, and it's right back to food.
Wow, we're getting right behind. Watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre on duty on Halloween while I was in the Navy. Class!
Yeah.
Class act there.
I gotta tell you, I'm really into true crime stuff, and I have been for a very, very, very long time. Before, I know this is such a hipster thing to say. I liked true crime before it was cool. Yeah, I was right before that trend. I was into it before it was ever big. No, I was really into it. And in fact, that's how my business partner met me, because I was reading a book about, serial killers and their psychology. And he just thought, crazy or not, this is going to be somebody interesting to talk to. And that's how we met. And I watch all kinds of true crime stuff. I listen to true crime podcasts. I like Bailey Sarian and her makeup videos. I hope she gets everybody's permission before she makes videos about people whose families are still alive, but I think it's really creative. I love that kind of stuff. So I love horror movies. To me, I really love the whole Nightmare on Elm Street series because Freddy Krueger's character is so campy and stupid and violent.
And gets more so as the series progresses.
Oh, God.
What's great, I met Robert Englund.
Really?
At the...
You told me about this.
There was a sci-fi comic book convention up in Exeter, which is about 25 miles away from my home borough of Torbay. I took Jack and the boys. It was just Jake at the time because it was just
so cute.
No, it was Jack because Jake was a little young at the time.
And Jack is very clever, so I'm sure he absorbed all of it.
Yes, so we went up there, took Gary and Jack, and we puttered around a bit, and I got to talk to Robert Englund, very personable, very friendly, very intelligent person who appreciates his fans as much as we appreciate him. So excellent, good on you, Robert Englund. We love you. You're great.
Yeah, I love it when you meet people and they turn out to be nicer than you expect them to be. It's like,
Dave Prowse.
Thank you.
I love Dave Prowse. Dave Prowse was great. Weight loss inspired by Heather, says Michelle.
Oh gosh, that's so cool.
Excellent.
That's so cool.
I love the original black and white French version of Beauty and the Beast, the most magical one for me. I have not seen that.
I kind of want to see this now. Yes. I love black and white movies.
Scarlet was originally called Pansy O'Hara.
I'm so glad they changed that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they changed that.
Kathleen says, are you wearing your Mimo wig glasses?
Yes,
she is.
These are the same ones from last week. I had issues getting them to stay in place because they're a little intense, so I used a stronger adhesive, and now they seem to be pretty much on there. But yeah.
Seriously, look at that. Look at that. Oh.
Yeah, and this is the Dara lash. This is the same one from last week.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff.
So I like doing that. I like testing stuff out and then like trying it again. And yeah, so far so good. It was just really intense lashes, and the adhesive I had on earlier was not good enough. So it kept like wiggling around every time I would blink. It was just very off-putting.
Secret Window, since I've got Johnny Depp on the brain.
Yes.
Not seen that.
That is a suspensey one. And there was one he was in The Ninth Gate with, that was like a Roman Polanski movie.
I like that. That was a weird film.
Yeah.
I liked it. And then I found out about Roman Polanski and I thought, oh.
God, why do people have to be problematic?
Yes.
I just want to enjoy stuff, Michael Jackson. Like, I just want to enjoy stuff.
Kathleen says, Pretty in Pink,
Yes.
Matrix trilogy, technically 3, but can buy as 1. The Breakfast Club, so many movies that are hard to pick. Pretty in Pink, was it Pretty in Pink or 16 Candles? One of those films. I actually know someone whose cousin was in that. But that reminds me, I just found out that Ed O'Neill is from Ohio.
Is he really?
Yes.
Lots of people from Ohio.
Yeah, Youngstown, if I recall correctly. Yeah.
Oh, Serene's here with us. Hi, Serene.
Excellent. Hi, Serene. Yeah, talk about movies. Oh, here we go. Sense and Sensibility.
Any version of it, really. I like all of those old period pieces. The only thing I don't like that they keep rehashing every couple years is Vanity Fair. I'm not a real big fan of that story. It's not as compelling as the Jane Austen ones. That's just my opinion there. The costumes are always great, but what's her name? Becky Stark or something like that? Becky. Yeah, she's annoying. She's like a gold digger. Ugh. But the thing is, a lot of the Jane Austen women, they have charm. They have more character than just their goals, and that's more intriguing. And I love Little Women. Any version of Little Women, I'm usually into that too.
I love musicals. I've enjoyed the musicals with famous actors singing. Never realized they could sing so well. Moulin Rouge.
Yeah.
And Les Miserables.
Absolutely. Oh my God. Anne Hathaway's not even that great of a singer. She's just that powerful of an emotive person that you just can't, like,
Well, she's like 50% eyeballs.
I cannot get through I Dreamed a Dream. Like, I can listen to other people sing it, no problem. You know, because we've all been to, like, anybody who's a singer or was a singer in high school has been to competitions where you've heard people sing that song. So you're like, yeah, okay. Right. You know, it's like there's so many songs that you know are like from the Italian genre too that everyone's heard people sing, but that one in terms of show tunes is the one that I've probably heard the most. And but Anne Hathaway, she just emotes it, so she doesn't really need to sing. You're just like, oh, why are you in so much pain, Fantine? I want to help you. Oh God, you sold your hair. Oh my God, it's just getting worse. Oh, Anne Hathaway is magic.
All right.
Is basically the moral of that story.
Liz has her 3. The Heart is Lonely. The Heart is the Lonely Hunter. Judgment at Nuremberg. Exodus.
Oh gosh, those all sound really epic and amazing.
Epic.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. The Croods.
Aladdin. Oh God, that movie's so golden too.
Room with a View. Enchanted April. What's Up, Doc? How many movies are you taking? There's supposed to be 3.
Let her live her best life. What are you saying?
Kathy says Alistair MacLean novels are a bit like Lovecraft, all the same plot, only different setting. Jinkies, we have a groovy mystery on our hands. Let's split up. And it doesn't matter where they go, Shaggy and Scooby always find the kitchen. They could be at the Great Wall of China, in a pyramid somewhere. Zoinks! Hey, Scoob, dig this crazy pantry.
They have sandwich materials.
They have sandwich material.
Kelly says she didn't get the notice about holographic blonde, so she just got both. I let the Patreon people get advance notice of it, and I'm going to send out a newsletter about it tomorrow. But yeah, I'm trying to pepper it throughout. You know, you guys are watching, so I wanted to give you like the Scoopy snack to let you know what's happening too. And then we'll let the public know tomorrow via newsletter.
Paulina says, hi, am I late?
Never.
Just a little bit. I mean, you can go back and watch the stuff you missed.
That's
but
right.
You're here. That's the main thing. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. Will you put a strawberry Anya on Amazon? I think a lot of people want one, including me, your resident Canadian.
We are working on it. We're actually trying to think of how many we can send over there, and that's something John and I are coordinating. And we're going to order more in the fall of like everything people like. So if something sells out, we will order more in the fall and get more up on the site and on Amazon. Because any refill, we're going to give priority placement on Amazon for that stuff.
Bettina says heavy metal. Yeah, I rewatched. I rewatched that while I was recuperating from my accident back in 2020. Speaking of John Candy again.
There are lots of bubes. Lots of bubes.
Yeah.
In that movie.
I can't believe how many movie lines and song lyrics Nigel seems to have memorized. I didn't go out to parties when I was younger. I stayed home and consumed the mass media.
I went to parties, but I also would memorize. We will recite Monty Python stuff back and forth to each other because we both, I think, had a copy of Monty Python Sings.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And I think we both basically memorized those songs. Yeah, right?
More or less,
yeah.
Oliver Cromwell, Lord Protector of England, and his was born in 1599, died in 1658, September. Was at first only MP for Huntingdon, but then, sorry.
It's so loud and so English. I'm being overwhelmed.
Spiritual successor of Brian Blessed.
No.
I'm better now.
Yeah, no. No. Yes.
No. Yes.
I turned him on to the Vicar of Dibley.
Yes.
Because Don French is wonderful.
Yes.
There's something so soothing about that show. But yeah, there's when I would go to not choir tournaments, speech and debate tournaments, while we were waiting for our juries to come in, I would trade back and forth songs with other friends of mine, including Jody, who I would see at different tournaments. And so my favorites were Every Sperm is Sacred and the Penis song from Monty Python's The Meaning of Life. I think it's because I was a teenager.
Little stuff recently in the Academy.
Oh God!
I'm not going to sing it.
I could absolutely sing the crap out of that right now.
Oh, I can sing it. Well, I know the lyrics, but singing
me too.
is
But I used to sing that one and Every Sperm is Sacred at
high school functions.
Yeah, high school stuff.
Lovely.
Yeah, no, it was a popular thing because it was risque. You know.
Quantum Bunny. Dang, I should have named my YouTube channel yet. Yes.
Quantum Bunny.
You are my people. I just love your humor.
Thank
you, Kathleen. It is much appreciated. Oh, fantastic. Love Vincent Price.
Yes,
because you have taste. Wax Museum, 3D Vincent. Outstanding.
So good. So good. I love Vincent Price.
I think I literally watched all of his movies. If it had Vincent Price, I watched it.
Then, again, you have excellent taste. You can't go wrong, really.
I almost went into Liberace territory there. very short stretch from eating Lepidoptera to I wish my brother George were here.
You are secure in your masculinity.
Yes. Oh, I don't know if I've seen the Bloodbath one. Now I have to. Yes, Bloodbath in the House of Death. Highly recommended. Sorry if I grossed you out, Nigel. No. Nah. I used to eat candy bars while dissecting things in biology lab.
That is a special skill that I'm glad I don't have and have never had to test.
Dr. Tongue's 3D House of Stewardesses. That sounds like something I'll have to watch while you're out of the house, Heather.
That sounds like an MST3K movie. Really?
Yes, it does.
Oh, God.
Ha! Just now, excited face Nigel's face reminded me of Jack Nicholson. That actor can make some crazy faces. You know, before my hairline receded, I wouldn't see it myself, but Jesus Christ. Now I look a bit too much like Jack Nicholson.
So he moves his eyebrows more.
Love some Meryl Streep movies. Oh,
she's wonderful.
Yes. Speaking of Jack Nicholson, you ever see his initial debut in the original Little Shop of Horrors? That was over the top. Fantastic. Campy horror. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Heard of it? Haven't seen it, Elaine. Want to at some point. Loved Jennifer's Body when it came out.
I've heard that one's funny.
Is that the one with what's her name?
That's got Megan Fox in it, doesn't it?
One.
Yeah.
FM is a good movie with an excellent soundtrack. Oh, I love movies with good soundtracks. The problem is, I was watching about a video on YouTube about how there are certain movies that you can't find anywhere on digital streaming services or DVD or Blu-ray because there's so many problems getting the rights for the music that they're just left in publication hell limbo.
Yeah. It's usually music publication hell, right?
Yeah. Kathleen says, checked out the 2 holographic blonde styles. That is stunning.
Thank you. I literally cut up one of my Harlow Blonde Ambroses and I painted that on there with permanent markers. I bought all kinds of colors of Sharpies and I tried to make it like a jewel tone kind of rainbow, like in the middle of the hair. So it looks like a shine light on a hologram.
Oh, oops, that skipped again.
Die Hard is a wonderful movie.
Bye, Kathleen.
Bye,
Thanks
Kathleen.
for dropping by. And yes, Die Hard. Heather introduced me to Die Hard.
It's my favorite Christmas movie.
I never saw it before, like Christmas 2020. So excellent.
It is my favorite Christmas movie. Again, I like stuff that's over the top. That is very much so. And it's very cleverly written and cleverly executed. It's fantastic. And Hans Gruber is totally hot.
Again, you have to go to Alan.
He's totally hot. You are secure in your masculinity.
I'm secure in my masculinity. Oh, here we go. My sister-in-law met Vince film at a restaurant in South Carolina. However, I've never had to brush with him. It's funny. My childhood pal Dave Shilson. Hi, Dave, if you're watching. His parents met Vincent Price when he was passing through Canton, Ohio, and he stopped by at their church because he wanted to go to church, and their church was there, so he met them and shook everyone's hand and said hello and was very gracious and all that. So class act, Vincent Price.
Let's see. Bettina says fish heads, roly poly fish heads, fish heads, eat them up, yum. Is it
In the morning,
There are more
smiling,
words.
happy fish heads. In the evening, floating in the soup.
Is that Dr. Demento?
No, it's right. You remember Billy Mooney?
No.
Okay, I'll say 3 words. Danger Will Robinson.
Yeah. Okay.
That's him. He wrote. That was his band. He wrote the song Fish Heads.
Wow. What were they on?
Weird film 23. Yes, love that film 23 because I was born on the 23rd. Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Dr. 5 series. Yes. Sorry, Dr. 5 series. Those were weird. We loved those. We watched those recently. I say recently.
So let's see what else we got. We've got Die Hard, blah blah blah. Oh, Serene says my dad used to watch Attack of the Killer Tomatoes when I was a kid. I love the scene where the one guy went undercover and asked them to pass the ketchup. Dun dun dun.
Oh, Attack of the Killer
That
Tomatoes.
movie I've seen so many times.
I love the sequels. The sequels just get better and better because the budget goes up.
Oh man.
Seriously, the second one has got, oh crap, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Every time I have to remember a name, it goes out of my head. Clooney. What's his name? Clooney. George Clooney. They did that whole bit on product placement. Do we have enough money? Everyone drinking Cristal in the background. Yeah, go ahead. Fantastic. And of course, John Aston. Loves me some John Aston. Yeah.
He's magnificent.
Fantastic.
Kimberlyn says she got Grayson in the holographic blonde R. Yay! Woo! It's very cool looking, and I can't wait to hear what people think of it when they see it in person because it's very unique for sure. Jamie says, I heard on a podcast the story of a woman who developed a friendship with Vincent. She sent him a letter and he called her, and they were friends until he passed. Oh my God! And he bought me the cookbooks.
Yes, I bought her, I think, 2 of the 3 Vincent Price
So
cookbooks.
we actually have to start making some stuff on this
Yes.
cookbook sometime.
Yes.
Let's see.
Oh, yes. George Clooney is in Attack of the Killer Tomato. Oh, Return of the... Whichever the second Killer Tomatoes film is. Or maybe the third. Yes. Watch it. It's hilarious. Oh, boy. Where was I? The Goonies. Funnily enough, I never saw that as a kid. But all my friends said how great it was. I gave it a watch, and I guess it's one of those things that's best watched when you're a kid.
I've not seen it. I've never seen
We can
it.
give it a try sometime.
Yeah.
What gets me is that when Sloth bursts out and says, "Hey, you guys!" Everyone in England, everyone I know in Britain knows that phrase from that movie, but not the original phrase from the Electric Company as shouted by Rita Moreno. So that every time someone says that, I go, here, watch this. And then I show the link to the Electric Company, and they go, oh,
Yeah.
weird.
I really like the Donald Sutherland Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That is a genuinely creepy movie.
Oh, yes.
That is very creepy because the gaslighting is significant. It is
yes.
very creepy. Let's see what else. The Blob. That's a good one. I also really like The Stuff. Everyone loves The Stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So stupid.
The Blob, the original Blob, and
Yeah.
the 1988
So
remake.
good.
The 1988 remake. That was terrifying. Yeah.
Cheryl says, The Blob scared the heck out of me as a child. Steve McQueen was in it. Steve McQueen. If he was in that, I need to watch that again sometime.
Okay.
He was a very manly man.
Mm.
Yes. Well, I think it's getting really, really hot in here, and we don't want to
is.
take off all our clothes. So we're
Speak
probably
for yourself.
so we're probably going to end this live stream now and get some lunch or dinner.
Dinner.
It is evening. Dinner
Yes.
stuff in us. So thank you for hanging out with us. If you're not
Yes,
subscribed to our newsletter, make sure that you do so, because we're going to reboot this after we take a little break on Vimeo. And in fact, most of my entire video catalog is already uploaded to our Vimeo channel, which is just Vimeo, and look for CysterWigs on there.
Yeah, we're slowly getting everything reposted up there.
Yeah, and I have to pay to post it on there, but it gives us better quality of video. The HD is HD, and it looks great. And it gives me like a place where, you know, it just kind of is secure, standing alone. It's not, I'm not, you know, trying to do what an algorithm is telling me to do or not to do without actually disclosing either of those two things for me, to be able to follow those rules and get traction, whatever. It feels like I'm in a casino sometimes, and Vimeo is not like that. So we're going to go to Vimeo, and my hope is that it will be a better experience once we get the hang of it. So the first few live streams might just be us walking through it together and getting the hang of it and playing with the features and learning.
Good question there from Flem.
How do we get to our Patreon account? I believe that it is linked in the About Me section of the channel. If not, we'll have to set that up. It's a relatively new development, but we'll have put that in the description of the video, I think.
Right.
Is the best way to go.
Right.
And that way you can get there right from the description of this video. But it's literally patreon.com/CysterWigs. The channel is named the same. And that way there are no commercials. No commercials, because I'm not trying to make money from the videos. I'm just putting them up there somewhere. And in fact, I have to pay to put them there. Whatever. No commercials. It'll be a much better viewing experience. I am certainly looking forward to it. But sign up for our newsletter so that way when we send those announcements out, you get them. And they'll just be this. They will be the Saturday night live streams where we have fun and get a little loose with it. Once in a while, I might throw in a Have I Got Nudes for You or another makeup review in there, like I did tonight, where I just threw in the Prince palette that I was reviewing. That is my overall impression of the Prince palette. Pretty, but But yeah, I might do that some more, but it's going to be just loose and fun. And I think we all kind of dig that a little bit more than the more like scripted stuff. If not, let me know. But that's kind of my impression. And I think Nigel and I both enjoy this a lot more too.
Right. Okay. I've added the Patreon link in the description below.
Thank you.
So that's updated now. If you want to go right there, you can. No fuss, no muss.
And thank you. From Flav to 14 says, have a really great break. We hope to. We are trying to attract a lot of hummingbirds. So kind of a project we're doing is to plant some more plants in the garden that might attract more hummingbirds. So if you have any tips for us, make sure you leave them in the comments even after the replay airs, because we want some hummingbirds.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
And we'll see you after the break. Bye-bye.
Take it easy. Bye.